Hi, Capricorn. Okay, I'm going to try and get these out, so bear with me. I'm going to be doing this one is going to be the love reading from today, which is March 17th, until I'm going to do it all the way until we get till January, February, March, April 30th. And then I will hopefully by then be able to get May's out, but I want to cover from now until April 30th for your love. I'm not able to do personal readings right now, so bear with me, but I'm going to try and get these out to you. It's very important. There's a lot of energy going on right now, especially with this Piscean new moon happening, and then I guess we had a solar flare yesterday, which, I mean, I totally felt great yesterday, day before yesterday, and today I felt like crap, like very emotional and things like that, which may be the ebb and flow of the, the astrological significance of things going on right now, but could also just be because I'm crazy too. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I do have a couple new decks. I have a brand new beautiful oracle deck that I'm still learning, so you have to bear with me, but it's so beautiful, and so far the messages have been coming through pretty clear, even though they take some interpretation, so bear with me here. But let's see what's going on for you Capricorns between now and April 30th. Please show me what messages you have for love for the sign of Capricorn for now until April 30th, 2018. All that is, please show me what messages, Spirit of the Universe, please show me what they may need to know, what is pertinent to their situations right now. Please give me any guidance you have for the sign of Capricorn regarding love from now until April 30th, 2018. Please show me what messages you have for the sign of Capricorn regarding love from now until April 30th, 2018. What does Capricorn have in store? This will be for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. Venus can apply too, because it is a love reading, and that has to do with how you act or behave in love. I'm going to go ahead and see what we can come up with here. I'm going to try and take them as they jump, because these little decks are just fun to do that with. Hands are not too little for these, so I can actually say that they purposefully jumped out rather than flipped around just because my hands couldn't grip them. See there? See that? See that? You think I'm kidding? Okay, so right off we have you, the Devil card coming up. Some of you may be dealing also with some situations that are, have you feeling a little bit trapped. Or there could be some addiction obviously involved. Also, though, because this is coming up in your reading and is the very first card, I do feel like this is saying there are a lot of you that are right in your element. There could be a lot of sexual passion going on too right now. However, the warning card that comes with the Devil, and anytime, and I feel bad, Capricorn, I'm sorry, because it is the Devil card, and I think a lot of people have a negative connotation to it. You may be dealing with somebody who is a little stalkery, a little bit controlling even, or maybe kind of oppressive. It could be that they're possessive to the point that it's detrimental, like to your mental state or things like that. I'm not saying that because it's coming through real strongly or anything like that, but there could be a lot of you that are in some type of imbalance situation where there's either double standards or something like that, and it has you feeling kind of trapped. The Devil card, again, does represent addictions and the ties that bind type of a thing, but it also is that raw energy, that sexual energy of the god Pan, and so that could be what it is too. Just a lot of you could be really getting it on. We'll see. Let's see what else comes up. So please show me what other messages you have for Capricorn for March 17th, 2018 until April 30th. Please show me what messages you have for love for the sign of Capricorn. Anything that they may need to be aware of and what to expect for these upcoming few weeks regarding love. There we go. Okay, so the next card that we have is Queen of Cups and Ace of Pentacles. Some of you may be dealing with Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio specifically. The Queen of Cups right next to the Devil could definitely be that some of you are dealing with somebody who's dealing with very strong emotions right now. It could be that somebody's also a little bit over dramatic it's a highly emotional energy, especially with this Pisces moon too. That does tell me that there could be a lot of emotion. The Queen of Cups is also one who sometimes does this. The Devil card can also represent a codependent type of relationship. And the Queen of Cups is one who boundaries are not her strength. Now, she is one who is very much in her feelings, in her emotions, and she can be there for you to listen to. And, you know, it's a very, very empathetic, nurturing type of an energy, but it is very, very emotional. And the Devil card kind of works against those emotions because it can be restricted emotion, it could be heightened emotion, it could be, but it's an extreme because the Devil kind of becomes an extreme on that. So somebody could be dealing with some highly emotional energy. The next card that we have, though, is the Ace of Pentacles, which is much more grounding. So it could be that there is just this period of time where there are some emotions going on, or there's this recognition of the codependency between people, and maybe this Ace of Pentacles comes in as a new practical grounding type of energy that to put things back, you know, to where they should be. Please clarify, or excuse me, please show me what other messages you have for Capricorn for love from March 17th, 2018 until April 30th. Please show me what messages you have for the sign of Capricorn. Please show me what messages. Okay. So the next card that we have here is the Four of Swords. This is like taking a break. This is kind of taking a step back, really contemplating, being in your head a lot. And it's right after this Ace of Pentacles. So there could be a situation, again, something comes up here with this Devil card and Queen of Cups that has to do with some extreme reaction of some sort or some extreme emotions of some sort. And then there's this energy to come in and try and ground it. That Ace of Pentacles comes in as, okay, let's do over and start this on something solid and practical. And then after that, we have the Four of Swords. So there is this, what I think is coming to mind for me is kind of like, it could be even this intensity period, like a really emotionally intense period between the two of you. And then there's like this reset button that gets pushed and there's kind of this pullback. It's almost like that rubber band that they talk about in Mars, and, you know, men are from Mars, women are from Venus or whatever, but it's kind of like this closeness reaches its pinnacle and there has to be a breaking apart or kind of a separating, not breaking up necessarily or anything like that, but a separating to kind of ground that energy because there is a lot flying around right now. Please show me what other messages you have for Capricorn. Oh, it would help if I turned the deck over. Please show me what messages you have for Capricorn for love from March 17, 2018 until April 30th, 2018. Please show me what other messages you have for love for the sign of Capricorn. Please show me what other messages you have for love for the sign of Capricorn. All right. On top of, right underneath the Devil card, we have the 10 of Rods, or the 10 of Wands. In this deck, it's called the 10 of Rods. Here, you can see here that his head is basically buried in these rods. He can't see where he's going. He's also not even really looking. I mean, he probably could sling him on his back and carry him too, but since he's carrying him in front of his face, he can't see how close he is to the finish line. But this is a 10. This is completion. So this struggle, this burden, this heaviness that's underneath this Devil, whatever this Devil card is bringing out, Capricorn, or whatever it is that, you are right next to this Queen of Cups, so it could be you or it could be the other individual here where there are some deep, heavy emotions. There's also a burden that's being carried here. It could be that you have been super emotional and maybe the partner has been somewhat distant and that creates a burden. It could also be, vice versa here. I do feel like with the Devil card too, there could also be like priorities are not necessarily in line for either you or your partner. So it could be that somebody's feeling that it's a burden because the other person's priorities are not in line. And sometimes, we get a little butthurt, or whatever, if somebody stays super busy and we expect to hear from them and don't hear from them, and that creates a burden. But this could also be that some of you are literally carrying the entire burden of this relationship by yourselves. It could be that somebody's like checked out. Because this Four of Swords is definitely like a checkout kind of card too. He's in full armor, laying down, like for real? He's in full armor laying down. So it's almost like you couldn't even talk to him if you wanted to. Like, you can't penetrate that armor, and he's asleep. So now what? Please show me what other messages you have. Okay, we got a couple that popped out, so let's see. The next card that we have is Temperance. And it's directly after this 10 of Rods and right under this Queen of Cups. It may be that some of you are dealing with a Sagittarius specifically. It could be a different fire sign for sure. We do have wands here. You may be dealing, even like I said, with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You have this Ace of Pentacles here also. So it could be another earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. You also have the Four of Swords. So it could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I get Temperance, I get Sagittarius quite strongly here. But I also get a lot of you could be dealing with a Taurus or a Virgo or a Gemini. Again, it could be any sign, but those are just what are jumping out to me right now. Following this Temperance card, we have the Eight of Cups. So this kind of tells me maybe that there has been, I feel like one party is emotionally investing quite a bit. The other party may be highly focused on, and again, this is just what's coming through to me right now. So it doesn't necessarily have to be your situation by any means. Please just take what resonates with you. But I feel like the other party may be extremely focused, perhaps on work, money, finances, material things like that. So this Devil card here, although it does represent you, it may also be representing the energy that they've been in too, because that's an energy of focusing on all the wrong, things that don't really fulfill you. So it could be that somebody is way up in their, workaholic type energy that's way imbalanced, and the imbalance in the relationship is creating a huge burden for you. It could be that it's making some of you highly emotional. Again, this could be vice versa as well. But after this Temperance card, and the Temperance represents bringing something back into balance. Okay, so it's moderation on all of the scales, the mental, emotional, spiritual scales. It's moderation and balance between all of those, where they're working cohesively. I feel like since it's directly under this Queen of Cups, there is this light bulb type situation that comes on for some of you where you're going, I don't understand why I'm carrying all of these rods myself. I need to balance this out for sure. And some of you, either you or the other party may be really either walking away from the relationship, which I hate to say that, but this is a strong energy to me of somebody who, this Ace of Pentacles directly under this is saying, you know what, maybe we just need to, because yes, the Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning, but it could be the new beginning of this new cycle here where in order to get this firm foundation, you may need to part ways for a bit. Not saying it's permanent, not saying that's even what's happening. This can also just mean distance. As you can see here, these cups are all lined up in front of this water. He is facing the water, and then we have the crescent moon up there. So there's a lot of contemplation that's going on, but he has turned his back on them. And so it definitely feels like to me that some of you are either going to be taking a break or there's going to be some sort of distance between the two of you. Okay, right there. Yeah, and the very next... Yeah, the very next card that we have here is the Nine of Pentacles. So again, there is an indication that some of you may be deciding to be single for a while, or maybe some of you are really balancing out the dynamic in this relationship and may become more independent on this front here. All right, sorry, I had to answer the door. Okay, so this Nine of Pentacles, again, is directly underneath this Four of Swords. So again, for some of you, there is a major imbalance, and you're recognizing that. And once you recognize this, it's kind of like, why am I sitting here and doing this? Why am I carrying this burden? Or why am I, putting up with somebody who is threatening the balance of my mental, spiritual, emotional health? Or it could be vice versa. Again, some of you may be dealing with this Sagittarius and feeling like there needs to be a break taken, or they may feel like there needs to be a break taken. This Four of Swords tells me a break. This Eight of Cups tells me a little bit of break. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is traditionally represented as a single card. It could also be a successful business venture card, and like a single successful woman. But she's cool with that. She's chill with that because she knows she can handle it herself. So a lot of you are kind of in that situation where there's been some really highly emotional things going on. and you may decide to take a step away from it. Not saying that it's necessarily going to break, but somebody's going to be pulling back here. With this 4 of Swords, this 8 of Cups, and this 9 of Pentacles here, it does all lead, especially with this 10 of Rods. You got this, 8, 9, 10. So you're going through kind of this transition where I really feel like it's to try and attempt to bring balance between the two of you. So I'm going to pull out some of my sweet new awesome oracle cards so you can see what they say, but I'll have to read from the book because I can't memorize it. So please show me what messages you have for Capricorn for March 17th through April 30th, 2017. What can you tell Capricorn? Whoop. I basically threw it, but I'm totally going to take it because my hand missed it. So we have the number 25. Like, look at this artwork. I have to tell you, these are freaking amazing cards. But they're also just numbers, so I'll have to look in the book because I have no idea what that card is for. Some kind of magician. So, magician. Maybe some of you are dealing with a Gemini, like I said. Let's see. Whoop. Please show me what messages you have for Capricorn for love from March 17th to April 30th. Give me one more card in regards to Capricorn. Okay. So we have the number 25 and the number 22. Ooh. This one is pretty cool too. I actually got this other card that's in the picture frame here earlier. So let's see what that says because that's interesting. So 25, misleading, illusion, confusion. Do not be misled by what you see around you or influenced by what you see. You live in a world which is a playground of illusion, full of false pasts, false values, and false ideas, but you are not part of that world. That was a quote by Sai Baba. What we experience and how we interact is often indirect and from a distant. Physical interaction that would normally have provided all of our senses an opportunity for feedback and assessment is now increasingly being replaced by virtual alternatives. From email and texting and social networking, our relationships are becoming increasingly defined by virtual interaction that can distort and substitute reality. We can now create multiple new identities. How we go from quantifying people and events is now increasingly based on new paradigms that can provide false perspective both for viewed and viewer alike. So with this coming in is an illusion card here and talking about the type of imbalance that is existing here. Some of you may be flat out creating the imbalance that is actually an illusion in your own mind, but there could be some of you recognizing that this conflict or drama that's happening between the two of you is happening because of this disconnect. There's the disconnect in intimacy. Maybe you're constantly texting each other, not actually talking on the phone. Some people end up having no interaction with their partner at all other than text messages during the day. And so this is also a card that's warning against false intimacy or really making sure that the actions match the words. So let's see what this next card has to say here. This number 22. Reflections, looking back, hindsight. A moral being is one who is capable of reflecting on his past actions and their motives, and of approving of some and disapproving of others. And that's a quote by Charles Darwin. Successes, failures, mistakes, and regrets all belong in the past and cannot be changed. Some things that should not be dwelt on and we should move on. But both the good and the bad have value and contribute to what we are now and offer lessons to be learned for future decisions. The distance of time adds context and perspective to a nostalgia review of past events. In the scene, a man views a selection of images from his past. A retro-style projector is loaded with images of other cards from this deck. As his expression is neutral, it's unclear whether those projected images are evoking fond memories or painful regrets. Probably, like any album or catalog from the past, it's a mixture of both. That makes sense. Do not dwell on the past. There may also be a tendency to overlook details and remember with emotional bias rather than accuracy. So I do feel like these two cards together, Capricorn, are giving a warning about just making sure that you're seeing the reality of the situation for what it is. It could be, again, with the cards that have come out here, it could be that there is an extreme imbalance. And it could be that you're coming to a recognition that's not what you want. Some of you are definitely dealing with people that are very difficult to read, though, too. Like it mentioned in here, there's a very relatively expressionless look on his face. I happen to know that this card earlier, because I drew it, is this lover has dropped this letter in the mail. She's all dressed in black like she's going to a funeral. She dropped a letter in the mail with a rose, and we can assume that she was saying farewell to somebody or saying goodbye to somebody. He's going back and reviewing this, but you can't tell how he's reacting to that. I feel like a lot of you, again, are dealing with somebody who's kind of emotionally retarded. And I hate to say that, but it could be creating some huge emotions for you. So let me know what's going on. This carries us through the end of April. So like I said, the energy does ebb and wane. There are positives here. I just feel like, and because this is so general, it does encompass a lot of energy. I feel like Capricorn is in a transition. Some of you may be making a decision to move away from something or to be single for a little while. So let me know what's up with you. I love you all. Thanks for your patience, and I'll talk to you soon.